Will the real island girl please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. Will the real island girl please stand up?
Hello. Good morning. So I wanted to come to you guys earlier in the daytime so we could talk and I can get my thoughts out. And I appreciate you guys coming through so early. Thank you guys for stopping by. But I just wanted to get my thoughts out on this viral moment with Tyler Perry on Crystal Renee's show. So she had him on her show. She's known him for a while. And she begins the interview talking about how she was introduced really to him. Basically, they had that mystique of he's a celebrity, don't talk to him, don't look him in the eye, that sort of thing. And he's like, where did you hear that from? Like, I don't know why people thought that, but I've been fighting that for a while. People still believe that. So I'm like, oh, make sure I speak to them first. So at first, when I was going into the interview, I was irritated because I saw the viral clip of him basically telling us what Black women have been told forever: settle for less. You don't deserve what you're asking for. And you might as well get what you can get, right? So I was irritated at first, but I was like, okay, let me hear it out. So I was going to go right to the moment where he said the viral clip, but then I decided to play right before it so you can get a feel of how the interview was going and why he would, I think it really explains why he would have this stance of do not keep it focused on a number. So I'm going to start here.
And believing that they never ever equate that to something that man is, because they will always let you down. Preacher, pastor, priest will always let you down. They are not God. They're human. They're allowed to be flawed. They're allowed to make mistakes.
Get out of my business.
So
Wow.
I give them the grace of being human.
Yes.
But when I need grace, I go to God, not for them. You understand?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I literally just yesterday had this conversation with my brother Marquise, and he was like, I just church hurt. He was like, I just don't feel. He said, I just don't want to go through this again. And I was like, I literally told him, I said, Marquise, I was like, the pastor is not God. I was like, he's human just like we are.
Yep.
I said, we're going to church to get closer to God.
Right.
If that person is delivering the message the way you need it, we have to give them grace in their personal life.
Right.
Like, we can't judge that.
Or that ain't your business.
It ain't,
if God sends a message and you know when that message is yours coming through that person, you know God spoke to you through that person. It's easy to start to see the person as God.
I think before that part, hey, Wait. Before I even get into it, I didn't even say hey to you guys. Hey, DJ Witch Doctor. Thank you so much for supporting. You know, my intro, he made my intro, you guys. Like, he made the intro music. He makes all of my music, really. Hey, Sherelle. Thank you for stopping through. Lucky. Hello, handsome. World class, you better behave down there. I know how you get. I know how you are. Behave down there. Adrian, hello. Thank you for stopping through. Hey, sissy. Okay, you guys. So I'm gonna get into this clip, but I just want you guys to realize that a lot of, hold on one second, you guys. I was just wondering when your live was gonna start. It said 8:30. That's my man. Thank you to my man. He was like, I'm just calling to see when you're going live. Oh my God. He know we late. He know I'm always late. I don't know why he trying to play. He know I'm late. I have to feed the kids. You know how it gets. But anyway, let's get into this clip because just think about the mindset that they're in right now. He's saying that you go to the pastor with your problems, and sometimes he gives you a word, but he's not God. And a lot of people start seeing the pastor as God, and he makes sure to make that separation. And I think that's important because people start to deify people. People start to make people beyond reproach. And I think that's what makes a lot of these environments toxic. People are afraid to check others.
And miss the spirit that came through.
Yes.
Listen, I've gotten messages from winos on the street that was like, "Oh, that was God just spoke to me." So I've learned to completely be, when you listen and you're open and you hear, you know, because and what in my life, if I pray something and like I have friends who are praying for me, a prophet like Andy will do you, God will send somebody to confirm the exact prayer, the exact thought, the exact thing I'm going through, almost in the exact words. And I go, okay, yeah.
Didn't he keep talking to me? He all in your business.
Like, what you been listening to?
Right. So good. So good. So let's talk about something that you and I talk about. My man.
This is the part, you guys. My man. And just notice that she invited this conversation. She started this conversation and she said they've had this conversation before. So think about the ease they have going into this conversation. Like when I'm shooting the stuff with my sister, it's completely different. I'm going to deliver the message completely differently because she already knows where I stand for the most part. So I don't have to give the filler details. So there's just this comfort that you have with people that you've talked to about something multiple times, or even Lucky. Like I'll talk to her about something, and then when I come to explain it to you guys, it's like I've already gone in depth in this. So I'm like skipping over parts that will help you guys understand. So I think maybe that's a problem with his delivery of this message. It's not so much that it's not the message that you should be with somebody that loves you regardless of the money, because that's honestly the answer, right? Money comes and goes. You should choose somebody that's compatible with you. But it just seems like Black women are always getting this message over and over, even at the detriment of women that are attracted to other women. They tell them, oh, you're supposed to be with a man, and not only a man, a Black man. Women that are dating interracially, it's, oh, you're supposed to be with a Black man. Why are you giving yourself to this colonizer? It's always a something. So it just seems like there's always somebody ready to attack, but we should listen to the message because honestly, it's the same message these men have been saying over and over again.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
My man.
Yeah.
So for the longest, like you seen me go through different relationships, and recently it was the night that we all went to dinner after you moderated Michelle Obama's book tour here in Atlanta, and you said, Crystal, you are vibrating here.
Yeah.
Your man is here, and I was like, ooh, you trying to tell me I'm low vibrational, Tyler? What are you trying to say? And I was like, oh, I had to think about that. I was like, wow, like, am I? Well, you know what I'm saying? You were like, you're here, and
Yeah.
he's up here. You gotta go higher
Yeah.
in that
To get to
area
find it.
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's crazy.
I was probably had a gummy that night, so I was feeling. Look, I get
He
super
get deep.
spiritual when I'm on them gummies, but that
Yes.
sounds good. Okay, go ahead.
It was real good.
Just 5 milligrams of weed. That's all I could do. You know, if I try anything else, I'd be like, no, y'all come get me. I'm going to the hospital. 5 milligrams.
Go to the hospital.
Yeah, 5 milligrams. But understanding, yeah, and having people meet you at your worth. Yeah.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
Yes, when you
Yeah.
said that, we were one of our many nights at your island, darling, in the King's Landing room at the table. You said it just hit you. You probably was on the gummy there too. You was like, meet me at my worth, and we
Yeah.
were all like, wow,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And anybody who can't do that, that doesn't mean they're not worthy of you. That means that they need to either attempt, try, learn, find out enough about you to be able to figure out what that is.
Yes.
And that's not money because because you listen, a lot of women, especially Black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. In our society right now,
y'all, he knew he was gonna get in trouble, and he still said it. Why he say it, you guys? Why did he say it? I think, like me, he felt like he had to say it, even if the delivery isn't perfect, even if he's cast aside for it. He had to give his opinion on it. I'm just wondering where his wife is. Like, he's not one of these men that are struggling. He's not one of these men that would have to only pay the light bill or only pay the electricity bill. So these men that have all this advice for women that are single but are single themselves, I just don't understand it. It doesn't compute. They should look for less than, but where's your wife? Why wouldn't they look for you? If you're somebody that they're attracted to that can provide and you're single, why are you out? Why are you pricing them out? But while simultaneously telling them not to price these men out, not to overlook these men. I just think it's contradictory. Let's see.
Black women are making a lot more money for the most part than Black men, right? There are a lot of Black men who are successful, but for the most part, Black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job and is a good man and is good to you and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can, because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you've handled the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
Yo. But isn't it given he's a good man, Savannah? It's given he's a good man, Savannah, every time. And I just think it's insulting. I think it's very insulting. Like, okay, you can try to hear the message from a genuine place and say, he's not telling you to get somebody that's going to dog you out like they say Tyrone is doing. When they talk about the Pookies and Ray Rays, it's not just the finances. So we're not going to pretend it's that. It's the finances. He ain't doing nothing for you. He eating all your kids' snacks. He ain't got no job. And then when rent comes due, he's done spent the rent money on some BS. Like, that's who they're talking about. However, if they're saying that we have gotten this debt because we've gone to college and we've worked our butts off to excel, and in a few years or within the decade, that debt will be paid off and our investment will be multiplied by threefold at least. Why can't men take the blueprint that they told women that would not work? So we had to show them it would. Why can't they take that blueprint and then lead the families like they tell us they want to? I don't know the answer. I can't see the answer at all. He's pushing bums on us. Listen to what this man said. D, you're tripping. But look, see, everything said in jest. Preach, Tyler. I want to stay home on the PlayStation and drink the kids' Capri Sun. I know y'all do. But don't y'all shame like the single mothers? Remember when not the single mothers, the stay-at-home mothers, when their kids go to school, they're school age, and they're like, ah, how are these women stay-at-home mothers? They're not doing anything. The kids are at school all day, so they need to be making sure they cook, they clean, and they screw me, and they got my bath water ready and all this other stuff. So, and treat me like I am the king of the castle. Fine. So if the roles are reversed, the roles are reversed, my love. You can't just stay home and play the game. That's not how this works. It's not how any of this works. See, they getting these men excited for turmoil in their family and their marriages. Like, look at this. Look at the influence they have over the youth. Over the youth. Now my husband don't want to pay the mortgage. He don't want to pay the bills. He don't want to take care of us because Tyler Perry said, I'm supposed to be taking care of the bills. I'm supposed to be doing enough. It's a problem. Now I'm on strike. I was trying to give him grace, but I can't.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in because that means, no. I need somebody to who is they need to make 5 times more, and I got to have. Well, you go on, keep your list, baby.
Yeah.
God bless you. Hope it happens. Go on, keep your list. But when you're talking,
ain't nobody saying no 5 times more. See how they try to make it seem so extravagant, so it's so unattainable. It's not that you have to make 5 times more, but how are you in the same breath going to say if he can only pay the light bill? That's like 5 times less. So if you can't reach for somebody that is making 5 times more than you, you should absolutely never reach for somebody that's making 5 times less. He can't afford to pay anything but the light bill, the utility. That's it. But he love you. I mean, some women, they're workaholics and they're fine with that, honestly. They're fine with but here's the exception. They're fine with a fine ass man with some very good dick, staying at home, cooking, cleaning, and being their fine ass chef. They're fine with that. Is that you, sir? Are you fat, sir? She ain't finna settle for your 2-inch peen because you overweight and it's shrunken up, and now she got to deal with you at home stinking on the couch playing the game with your Cheeto fingers and your fat rolls when she's trying to get attracted to something that's not attractive. So when she go outside and cheat on you, are you going to stay and be a good, faithful, stay-at-home husband? She's a good woman, Savannah. She's a good woman, Savannah. Are you going to stay home and keep quiet, keep y'all business off the internet? Because she got to find her some fine peen that she's actually attracted to. She makes all the money. She's taking care of you and the kids. She deserves some fun on the side, right? She doesn't have to fight her carnal nature anymore because she's a provider now, right? Right? Okay, so if that's what y'all are signing up for, look at me minding my business. I'm never going to tell y'all what to do. I'm minding my business. You guys could do that. I support that. I mean, I'm fine with that. I will stay home. I will do what my men say. I'll make sure I am fine as hell. I make sure he's fed. I make sure he's taken care of and loved on properly. But it's not a struggle for me. Some of y'all got to get in the gym. Some of y'all got to leave the plates. Y'all got a lot of work to do while y'all got all these demands. And a lot less options while y'all got all these demands. And these men that have all these options and they still single, is it like the women that have too many options? Because they say the beautiful women that have too many options, they play around too long until they can't get what they want anymore. Then they don't want to settle. Are they doing the same thing? Does Tyler Perry think women are going to be throwing they G-strings at him when he's looking more like Medea and less like a man? I don't know. Looking more like Joe and less like he looks right now? I don't know. I think a lot of times they let themselves go. They're past their prime. And then they want to shoulda, coulda, woulda. I got to wait for a 19-year-old. Sir, she don't want you. She's going to use you for your money. You could have done that with a 30-year-old 20 years ago. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Look at the standards. Look at what they're expecting of us. If we said a hallway's better than your hand, y'all would be like, oh, that's too far, fantasy. You tripping. That's too far. What we gonna do with that? Absolutely not. What are we gonna do with that? Waste our time and energy. We're gonna be giving too much energy to the BS. Like they're telling us to give too much energy to these men. If they don't have the drive to take care of themselves, they're never going to be the man we expect them to be. And we already know what our societal standards are. Like y'all say, women are hypergamous by nature. So if y'all honestly believe that, how can you then encourage us to search for less than what we think we deserve? We're not going to do that. We're not. We will sleep with them. That's how we end up with Pookie's baby. But we do not want to marry that man. We're not going to submit to that man. We're not going to be good wives to him. We're going to be good wives to men that take care of us, provide for us, make sure we know that we good, we straight. My man got me. My man, thank you to my man. We always thinking that in our head. The girls like me, that's a completely different feeling from when you're with somebody that doesn't know your worth, doesn't value you. There ain't no my man, my man, my man. Okay, so I understand this. Ryan says sometimes men who have a lot of options have their heart set on one specific option. And that's fine, right? But what do they tell the women that do the same thing, like that are very beautiful and they're like, I just want Chris Brown. And they're like, baby, you're gorgeous. You have all the options in the world. But don't you think you should broaden your scope just a little bit for maybe not Chris Brown? Maybe. Yes, you fine. We're not taking that away from you. Yes, you got money, gentlemen. Yes, you got looks, gentlemen. But could it be that the woman that you're seeking, she just isn't that into you? I know that's not always the case, but a lot of these people, they're getting the rejection, the clear sign of no, and they're not getting the hint. Like Mr. Let Go. Mr. Let Go honestly believes that I have a crush on him because I constantly tell him that he irritates me and he needs to be a better man. Somehow that translates in his mind to Fantasy has a crush on me. These men, it's a no, sir. It's a no. If you can't get that it's a no, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your energy. And then you're going to turn into one of those disgruntled men that are like, oh, I did all this for her and she used me, la, la, la. Meanwhile, she told you from the jump she didn't like you. She didn't want you. You kept trying to prove yourself to her. She kept telling you no. It's like, get the hint, sir, please. Find somebody that's more attracted to you. You shouldn't have to beg. Ugh, so embarrassing. Always dragging. Because he acts like he don't know how to behave. When you tell him about himself, then you like him. Sweeney on that same boat. I don't know what's going on with Sweeney, but we'll talk about that another time. Let's continue this because I understand the outrage and I understand what he's trying to say. It's just, I don't even think it's the wrong messenger. I think we've heard this shit enough. What do y'all think? That's where I'm at. Put a 1 in the chat if it doesn't matter who says it at this point. We don't want to hear it anymore because that's where I'm at. I don't want to hear it anymore, especially from the men that are quick to say, don't date outside your race. You need to stick with the black kangs and blah, 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 blah. Especially those men. Yeah, I don't want to hear shit from them. I don't have nothing. But is there a messenger? Or is it enough? We've heard it enough. We don't want to hear no more. 2 in the chat if there's a right messenger and this ain't it. And 1 in the chat if there's no messenger. We're sick of this message. New message, please.
Talk about just someone to love you and support you. I know people who have whose men can't touch what they make. But when you see them together, that love, that support, that I got you, babe, it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
I remember I was having a conversation with you and I was going, I can admit that I had fallen under that. Like, okay, I actually may have misunderstood what meet me at my worth meant. I thought meet me at my work was meet me at my net worth.
My net worth, right. No, not your net worth.
Right.
At least meet me at my net worth. Yeah, okay, no, that's your net worth. Yeah.
And I was talking to you, I was like, and Tyler, I was like, this, and this, and I've done this. And you're like, wait. Stop. He was like, don't make it about money. And this is when I was like, oh my gosh, like it was like it just went off and I was like, I see what you're saying. You were like, Crystal, I used to do the same thing. I would like be doing all these things for someone or people around me. And I'm like, I'm not getting anything in return, you know? And we fall into that sometimes. And you said, but then I thought about it, they can't do for me the way I do for them.
No.
It's just like they can't. No. You got, when you explain it like that, if he is giving you all these other things, then that's something you work with. And I literally completely misconstrued what meet me at my worth meant in that moment. But worth is more than that.
Right.
You know, and that's when I was like, wow, like this is way deeper.
Yeah, you got to remove the money from the situation because it's just going to cloud it. And then you have your girlfriend and this friend that's saying, girl, he's doing this and he ain't got that. You don't understand the love that we have for each other. And
okay, you guys. So he's describing somebody that has a bond so strong that it could be considered soulmate type situation. And I believe that's what I have with my husband. Like we are meant to be together. It's a difference between somebody that comes in and the relationship starts how you want it to be, and then things happen, people fall off. It's like, okay, I understand that things happen, but it's a complete difference when you start the relationship how you don't want it to continue, because I think there's this level of resentment there from the very beginning that will never really go away. If you're starting off a relationship and you feel like you're sacrificing more, or you feel like the person that I'm with isn't the type of person that I actually want to be with, and you feel like you have to build a man, these women harbor a lot of resentment for these men. And those men always end up saying, it feels like nothing I ever do is good enough for her. Nothing I ever do is good enough. And they end up with a girl who is seeing them rise and like, oh, I see their star power. I see it in you. Why doesn't she see it in you? I clearly can see it. And she's like, girl, I've been telling him this forever. It ain't enough. He ain't gonna make it. She's got more distrust in her man than anybody else does. That's resentment. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna last. No man is gonna want to be around that. And no woman would either. Let's be honest. Nobody wants to be around you acting like that. So it's like, okay, it's a balance. You got to choose somebody that you wouldn't look at as a burden. And a lot of times it's taboo to discuss that financial struggles cause burdens on relationships that can make or break them. Oh my God. Yeah, actually, you're absolutely right. So shout out to you, Dad. He said you gotta keep in mind that Tyler's friends are mostly millionaires. It might be that they have plenty of money and just need someone to love. Yeah, and from that perspective, you have plenty of money and you just need someone to love. It's very hard to find that. When you have plenty of money, you usually have people around you that are seeking something from you financially. And a lot of times people feel used in those situations. So they never really feel like they could trust somebody to love them because they know they're mostly around because of what I can provide for them. And even though that's what men's claim to fame is, I guess it offends them. It might be offensive to them to be seen as a provider first, because obviously there's so much more to people, right? But your role is still your own. Just like at the end of the day, women are seen as you're supposed to bring a child and allow me to continue my legacy. You're supposed to provide me that. Regardless of anything, that's what we are seen as. It is their claim to fame, sissy. They the providers. They're the providers. Let them tell it. Yeah, no one wants to feel used. I understand that. And nobody wants to also on either end. So women definitely don't want to feel used by no man, especially women that have been used over and over and over. There's no man that's going to come and convince them to be used again, especially not a man with means like him. Had to be the exterminator today. Had a little roach try to crawl in my chat. Absolutely not. We having a nice good morning. We don't need no extras. Let's keep playing this.
That is what is important. And I'm telling you, there are some good men who can't meet you at your net worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you can find a man who is secure enough within himself to stand in that space. Yeah. I'll tell you the story. Oprah tells a story about her and Stedman. They were in Hawaii and she was walking, this is years ago. She walked in the store. He was behind her. And no, I'll tell you this story. This because I was there for this one.
Okay.
We were coming out of the Color Purple premiere in New York, and it's Tina Turner, Oprah, me, Gail. We're all getting in the car, and
you just said that, so it was Tina
well,
Turner.
listen, that's when I first knew. That's when I first knew something had shifted in my life.
Okay, wow.
Because Oprah walks out and they're screaming, Oprah, Oprah, Oprah. Tina walks out and I go, Tina, Tina. I go out and hear Tyler, Tyler. I go, oh, this is very early on. So they're pushing us into the limo, and I've turned back, and Stedman, the security, is pushing him out of the way, not letting him in.
Wow.
I watched him tap the man on the shoulder and say, hey. He goes, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Graham. And he let him in the car. But do you know, when I saw that man who's 6'6" in that situation, I went, wow. Look at the grace in how he carried it. He didn't get a car with attitude. He wasn't mad, which takes me back to the story in Hawaii when they were in the store and everybody swarmed around Oprah.
Did you just hear how he explained the demeanor of Stedman? Oh no, we're gonna rewind that.
Grace in how he But do you know, when I saw that man who's 6'6" in that situation, I went, wow. Look at the grace in how he carried it. He didn't get a car with attitude. He wasn't mad, which takes me back to the story in Hawaii when they were.
Now, how many men you know isn't going to get in the car with an attitude, act like it's your fault that security was doing their job protecting them? How many men do you know are going to get in the car because they know they don't make nearly as much and that's not their security, going to get in the car and still be the loving, sweet husband that she wanted to be with, that she fell in love with? How many men are going to check their ego at the door with the guy that tried to block them and not bring that energy to their girl, to their woman? Not very many, and that's why the ones that do, they get called simps, they get called beta, they get called all these other names because they want to shame these men that understand that, okay, she out earns me. That doesn't mean that she's a better person than me. And she out earns Stedman. He's still a millionaire. Like, she just out earns most people. So her standards obviously can't be the same as ours. She can afford to feed all of us and still have enough money. She's in a different bracket. She can have somebody that makes less than her. And it doesn't, to me, it doesn't look like a stain. Just like Rihanna, just like if Beyonce starts out earning Jay-Z, it doesn't look like a stain. What looks like a stain is you getting your doctorates, you're becoming a lawyer, and your man is at home playing the PlayStation all day, giving you grief when people are treating you like the boss babe you are, that you've earned the title of, because you've taken care of you, your business at work, and your home, and he doesn't want to give you that respect at home. I've seen that a lot more often than I have seen a man willing to take the back seat to his woman. So don't tell us to go after these men that make less just so they can get mad at us and not want to eat the coochie right tonight because he mad that I out-earned him today, like I did yesterday and the day before. But it got thrown in his face today. He couldn't afford the bill today. So now I'm less than a woman. I'm too masculine because he's not feeling like a man. Why is he not feeling like a man? He's not reaching his potential. Why is he not reaching his potential? Not because of me. You know they're going to come back and blame you if you don't reach his potential, ladies. Not because of you. You cannot cripple these men like we claim they crippled our brothers, right? Our brothers got to not wash the clothes, not wash the dishes, get taken care of all the time. They were treated like the babies or the kings, and we had to be women from the time we were little kids to the time we were grown. We had to know our role and play our role very well. So then we got mad at our parents for doing exactly what they're trying to tell us to do to these men. Come back and re-raise these men. Come back and retake care and nurture these men. They didn't get it from their mamas. That's what they keep claiming. All their mamas were so terrible. All their mamas were neglectful. All their mamas were abusive. Okay, fine. So now you're expecting me to take in this damaged person and re-raise them, remother them, and not have any sort of resentment towards them because I'll never be their mother. I'll never get that sort of respect. It's a setup. Girl, it is asking for a separation. You doing it on purpose. Thank you. You guys, I don't want to drag this because I already told my daughter we're going to play the game after this. We playing Yoshi and we're real competitive. We love to play the game. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about that and see really where your thoughts were, because I'm already over it. I'm already fed up with it. Y'all already know I'm married, and it's not to a black man, and it's not because I've thrown away all black men. I went where I was celebrated. That's always going to be my message to women. Go where you're celebrated. Don't close yourself into a box. He has to be a black man, because Tyler Perry and all these other black men are telling you they don't want to give you what you're asking for. They don't think you deserve what you're asking for. So why not broaden your horizons? Even Princella, the outrage that these men have over Princella, she got these men with they little whitey tighties in a bunch. They mad. They real mad. Did you guys see her on Le Peep? I'm about to go, you guys, but did you guys see her on Le Peep? I gotta play it, because this girl, this woman, has these men so bothered. And another thing, I thought, oh, it was me. It was my delivery. Maybe they just can't take the fact that I'm going to stand firm and deliver my message directly. But Princella did not have any of that energy, and they could not maintain their frame. Like I've been saying from the beginning, Mr. Letgo, Sweeney, these men do not know how to wait patiently and have a conversation with someone that they vehemently disagree with. They acted like little banshees up there. Couldn't couldn't take a breath. Let me play this because I know you guys are gonna laugh. Like, and then the audacity for them to tell her to leave. I saw that super villain. Y'all love her. Cut it out. Hold on, let's share this tab.
No,
Hey,
we
hey,
wouldn't.
worse.
No,
Y'all would do worse.
No,
Y'all
we
would-
wouldn't.
Marcella, we don't need you to rebut. So
Because you said that the Matrix shifted the resources into male hands, right?
Yeah.
That men dominate the resources.
Mhm.
If women are resource dependent, I grant you that. So, and you said that everybody depends on Mother Earth, on the earth for the resources.
Mhm.
Why weren't those resources put in women's hands?
It was put in women's hands.
How?
Who conquered? First of all, the
Hold on,
oldest.
wait. I did ask you a question, but let me
Right, so
ask
let
some
me answer
context.
it.
Let me add
Hold
some context. Let me add some context. So, because you just said something that was, and I had to add some more context based off what you just said. So you said the resources were in women's hands. How did, if it was initially in women's hands, then how did women lose the resource?
It's real simple. The same way that everybody lose stuff through male violence. Okay. Here's the thing. Let's stop acting like colonialism and all of these violent acts did not take place. How did Black folks lose all of the stuff that they've had? How did Black people lose the credit for the creations that they've ever created? See, y'all ask these questions, but y'all act like y'all don't know the answers to them, because the first people that came over here and did all of that, right? They did it through brutality. Okay. So the oldest bones to be discovered on planet Earth are of a female, not a male. I'm pretty sure the majority of y'all, probably all of y'all, ain't never even read When God Was a Woman. I bet you haven't read that. Okay. You probably don't even know that's a book that exists. Okay.
I'm not
I bet
reading
you
that
have.
shit.
Why would I be
I know.
reading that?
I know you.
Ain't nobody reading that shit. Well, why would I be reading that shit? But y'all want us to read and understand males' perspectives. Y'all want us to listen to y'all in the manosphere talk about how all women are like your moms that abandoned you and beat you and hated you and talked badly to you and treated you like shit. So all single mothers are the bane of existence. You want us to listen to that on repeat, but you won't read a book? How disrespectful of her to expect you to read a book.
I know
Hold
you
on,
won't.
wait, Priscilla, you're going too far. You're going too far.
No.
Hold on, wait. I asked the reason why I asked this
jump
question.
in after you,
Hold on,
bro.
wait, Mr. Lego.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on,
Real
y'all.
quick.
Hold on, y'all.
Real quick.
Let me jump in after you. Look at this. Calm down. Relax. Sit down. You've been talking the whole time, Mr. Let Go. You've been interjecting the whole time, like you always do, Mr. Let Go.
You got it after Sweeney.
Mr. Lego, I'm gonna let you have this right after this. So you said that women had the resources. We all had access to resources. And then you said men came in and violently took it from women.
Just like they take everything else. How do y'all lose stuff in y'all's neighborhood? Listen, y'all.
Hold on, wait. I don't need you to go on another tangent. In other words, even if you did have access to the resources, you don't have the capacity to even defend it, because everybody takes things via violence. No matter what you look on this planet, everybody, when shit needs to get taken, when shit needs to get done, if you want that land and I want that land, there's only one way we can handle this. Now, I'm gonna let Mr. Lego have it because I agree with you. Men do take shit through violence, but if it was left up to y'all would do the same thing.
No, we wouldn't.
Worse.
No,
Y'all would do worse.
So instead of hearing her theory out, instead of trying to understand where she's coming from, they throw out these questions that they don't want her to really answer in depth. As she's trying to explain, they're like, nope, I got you pegged enough. You can move on. Next question, please. And it's like, okay, fine. If y'all don't want her to center herself, then leave her alone. Y'all don't care what she has to say, don't listen, right? Move on, right?
No, we wouldn't.
Marcella, we don't need you to rebut. So
hold on. First of all, y'all be interrupting me every time I talk.
Okay,
Wait a minute.
please
Y'all
stop
do that.
talking, please stop. Okay. Male violence is the cornerstone of nature. Okay.
I know she like, why I keep having to shut up for this food. Princella, I be feeling the same thing. Every time I'm over there, I'm like, why I keep having to shut up for this food to go on his rants. And then they have the nerve, the gall to say, oh, don't go off on a tangent. Every time y'all speak is a tangent and we have to sit quietly. I know Princella's like, I literally brought the views. I don't have to be here. Y'all literally invited me to be here. I don't have to be here for you to disrespect me. Girl, I feel you, Princess.
It's not just humans. It's mammals, it's fish, okay? It's orca whales, it's all of us, okay? So male violence is the cornerstone of nature. So just like you was leaning on education so you can try to win an argument, now you're leaning.
So male violence is the cornerstone of nature, but when women say men are violent and we should stay away from them, they're like, no, why would you say men are violent? Stop trying to paint us in a light like the white people and the cops. Y'all really hate us. But then when they want to prove a point, yeah, we all violent. All my niggas violent. Like, which one is it? Are you all violent? Should we see you as threats like we've been saying we do? Or are some of you violent and you're too afraid to stand up to the ones that are super violent and we shouldn't expect anything from you because you're not violent people by nature? Only a few people are, and those are the ones that everyone's afraid of. Which one is it? And I know people are going to say, don't quote Mr. Let Go. Don't let him be the speaker of the people. But it's a panel full of men. They could have said, Mr. Let Go, no, you're fucking stupid. That's not right.
On violence so you can win an argument. But guess what?
And they can't even do that because we already just said that's everywhere in nature. And yes, males are violent.
Violence
lean
is
in with you.
the way life actually
Yes, it
works.
is.
Animals kill each other in order to eat. So altogether, we, to a certain degree, if we were literally like you just said, you said there's an artificial society. Understandable. I agree with that. If there was not an artificial society, y'all asses
Ooh,
would be
bloody out there.
in somebody's.
So where's the disagreement? Why the outrage? Why the uproar? You just agreed that y'all are more violent. You just agreed that y'all are in the matrix because those were the two things that set y'all off originally and started this whole conversation of like, how could you think this? Let me understand you better. Now y'all at the point where y'all understand exactly where she's coming from. So does that mean that you're going to show her respect now that she's basically saying exactly what you're saying, but she's speaking womanese?
Cage or doing what you need to do in order to survive, shaking your ass. Okay, so the bottom line is, because regardless of where you are or where America is or where the world.
Did you just hear what we're going to be doing? If it were left up to men, all they would require is for you to be in a cage and shake your ass all day. That's it. Be objectified. Don't love them. Don't care about them. Don't listen to them. Shake your ass in a cage. So, do they love the hoes or do they love the hoes?
World is violence is always going to be the cornerstone of society. So women are, one, vulnerable virtually every day of their lives. Two, women are most vulnerable when they're pregnant and during childbirth. So women are the main people who want to have children, not men. Usually, I'll say this, all of us or a majority of us didn't, our dads was like, oh shit, what happened? I'm pregnant. Oh, you want to get rid of it? No. Okay. So
here we go with the same story. None of our fathers wanted us. All of our fathers said they didn't want us. So why isn't that the problem? Oh, you're pregnant? Get rid of it. He's saying that's what all of our parents said. That's the narrative that they want to push on every single last one of us. That's the Black story. That's the Black experience. You're not Black if you didn't experience that. It's the same shit.
The women mainly wanted the baby. All right. Sadly, it is what it is. But the women are the main ones who want to have children. So when it comes to,
I swear to God, these men double speak on accident. The women are the ones that want to have the kids, but when they give birth to the children, they need to give the child to the baby to the father that he's admitting does not want the child. Which parent is going to treat the child better? The one that wants the child and wants to take care of the child, or the one that is forced to take care of the child that they do not want? The stats already prove that, right? So why would you push this struggle shit on people and then come back now? It's just ridiculous.
To a society of women, y'all would be the ones that will be destitute and alone and scared and screwed up because one, you don't feel like a woman unless you had a baby, and women, y'all can testify to that. That's how y'all feel. So overall, the main people who want to have children are women. We naturally want to have sex, and it's due to, wanting to have children. But we don't usually want to have children. So women want to have children. And you can't have children. And if you can't,
You are stressing Chanel out. All right.
you can't have, hold on.
Go ahead. Finish up. Finish up. Go ahead.
All y'all,
Ah,
y'all don't even realize that y'all didn't improve my teachers
And
to
you
my
be
audience.
quiet.
Yeah,
Tell
You're
you.
stupid. You're not smart. You're not smart.
Oh,
If you're gonna go
really?
sit
You're stupid. You're not smart. We're all dumber for having listened to what the fuck you just said. And the men up there should be outraged and embarrassed that he just putting this on them, like blanket statement of, we don't want these babies. Y'all want these babies. Don't he have kids? God, Lee, this is so, are you not embarrassed? This is so embarrassing. I cannot.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
This is embarrassing. I'm sorry, but there is no way he should be speaking with pride saying these things. That's embarrassing. Look at Princella's face. She's like, you just proved my point that I've been telling these women to stay the fuck away from you. Everything that I'm telling them, don't have y'all babies, don't mess with y'all, stay away from them, they violent. You're literally confirming it from the start to the finish. But then y'all want to tell us to stop listening to Princella. Why? Her face is prettier. She's telling the same message as you. Her face is prettier. Shouldn't you be pushing her message more? Y'all don't like them. You don't like us. This shit is wild as hell. He was so proud after he went on his stupid ass rant.
Saying she's
Ma'am,
talking in circles when you're
Chantel,
talking in circles.
Chantel, stop.
My name is Chanel. Please say my
Okay,
name
stop.
correctly.
Okay, stop.
Say my name.
Women cannot.
Poor Chanel. Poor Chanel. She's just trying to tell him you doing the same thing that you accused her of. And she's not someone that's quick to jump out of pocket. Me, I'm quick to tell you when you off. But Chanel is not. You see how sweet her voice was? You know how they say, Fantasy, why can't you do the sweet voice? You know that voice that you do when you want something? Yeah. Do you see how she did that? And he was like, Chantel, shut up. She said, that's not even my name. He said, shut up, I don't care. Shut up, silly woman. Where's that fatty clip when you need it? Just, they do not care. He literally said, fuck, that's exactly what he said. Fuck your name. You're going on this rant that makes no sense. You look embarrassing to these men. She's trying to save you, and you ain't got nothing but smoke.
Have children without the protection of males due to the fact that violence is a cornerstone of nature. So y'all asses won't be able to do shit without men. A damn society.
Ali, go ahead, get this rebuttal. I'm gonna get a few more super chats. We're moving on to the main topic.
Princella, you say that women should stay away from men, correct?
Shoot, shouldn't they? Look, he just said y'all was violent. I think
You just heard everything Mr. Lego just said. Now you coming to Priscilla to say you think that women should stay away from men. What did he just say that sounds like women should be running to men? What did he just say that makes them sound attractive? I'll wait.
think they should. They should stay far away from that.
And you also say men are incapable of love
Yep.
and can't benefit with being a man, correct? Being with a man,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ain't no sense of being with somebody that's violent and incapable of love. Absolutely not.
Do you have a baby with a man?
I absolutely do.
Is he a great father or a bad father?
He's a good father.
Okay. Does he
Mhm.
pay child support and all y'all
No,
married?
no, he doesn't.
He don't pay
He don't.
child support?
You don't have to pay child. Cause see, you know what? I didn't have a baby.
No, that's
by
that's
just
okay.
yeah.
Are y'all
just-
married? Are y'all married?
Technically, yeah. Technically, still,
Okay.
yeah.
So if you don't benefit nothing from being married, why didn't you file divorce from him?
I did file divorce. File for divorce.
Mr. Disingenuous. You shared on your Instagram a clip of you cutting it where she said that she was still married and made it seem like she's not separated. She hasn't filed for divorce. She's not going through the process. So you're trying to make it seem, you're trying to paint the narrative of her that she's pushing a message that she doesn't even believe herself. When in fact, she obviously does. If she has filed for divorce, she's separated and she's no longer looking to be with this man that she made a baby with. Mr. Disingenuous, we're calling you to the front of the congregation because that's exactly what this was. And when they do it to you, you get very upset.
Divorce is just not finalized. I mean, what? First of all, what are we asking? Because I'm not going to go digging into my personal life. Because
well, I'm not digging. That's not digging in personal life. I'm answering your question. You
get
tell
to the
women
point.
to stay.
Credibility.
You tell is extremely talking about credibility. You tell women to stay away from men.
Yeah.
They're capable of. But you got a child by a man you're still married to, and you say he's a great father.
Yeah,
don't these goddamn baby daddies tell women not to be baby mamas? Am I fucking sleeping? Am I sleeping? Is this a dream? Is this a dream? Yo, she did say it was the Matrix. I'm sorry. This isn't real.
Wait.
That's love. So does that mean love?
Whoa. No, that does not mean love. Okay. I never said
love.
No. I never said men couldn't care. I said they couldn't love.
What is the difference between care and love?
Oh, it's a big difference. See,
what
care is an emotion. See, you can care today and not give a fuck tomorrow. Love is a more stable concept, all right? That does. Hey, listen. Okay, I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna put it like this because
poor Trigger Mike. Look at Sweeney. Poor Trigger Mike talking about something. I'm gonna mute it because he know he acting a plumb fool over there. He been acting a fool all night, and she's frustrated. Look at the time stamp, you guys. The moral of the story is these shows are too goddamn long because by 2.5 hours in of somebody being disrespectful to you, you ain't gonna put up with too much more. Then you're gonna be the angry black woman. So you might as well take your bag, take your girlies, and leave like she did. I think that's beautiful. Like Lucky and I did. I shouldn't have went back because there's no reason. If Mr. Let Go is saying he doesn't listen to you, Ali is up there being just as disingenuous as he's ever could be. Sweeney is over there in the corner laughing. He don't care, even though she's confirming everything that he said. He's mad. He laughing. This is so crazy to him. I just don't understand. The only one that can maintain their frame is Trev, who always does, Trigger Mike, and Bruiser. And Bruiser wasn't even supposed to be there. He just called in to have the conversation, and he has more decorum than these men that started from the jump. Been there a couple weeks, real comfortable, disrespecting people, not letting people land. When people land, completely shitting on it like it doesn't make sense just for them to come circle around and say the same thing, but they mansplain it so it sounds better.
I haven't done anything but showed y'all respect, okay? I haven't done anything but showed y'all respect. But every time I say something, y'all want to cut me off and start this childish ass shit. I'm not going to deal with that tonight, okay? All right? So if you're going to ask me a question, I'm going to answer it, and then y'all can rebuttal. But if that ain't the game that y'all want to play, because it's 11:15, and I'm not going to play this game, all right? So like I said, okay, because I got an audience that I teach this stuff to, and I got books that I done wrote about this. So either you want to know or you don't, okay?
We
so
don't
care.
know.
Okay, well then
don't want to know. You can bounce.
All right, well then don't ask.
They've been asking the most questions all goddamn night. How disrespectful disrespectful could you be to be the problem child in class that don't know the answers, got all the questions, but she stays after class to help your slow ass out, and you say, I don't give a fuck, I don't need this. She don't need this. She could literally leave and get more views talking shit about you. She's literally trying to have the conversation with men like she says, stop wasting your time doing, ladies, because they don't want to listen. And look at you proving her right every time. Every time. Hit the like button, you guys. This is insane. And the fact after she leaves, they act like they didn't cause her to leave, took no accountability. But what do we expect? It ain't my fault she left. It ain't my fault. I wasn't being selfish. Yo. The ones who get it. And the ones who don't, they'll never get it. They will never get it. Yeah, I'm just going to save my energy because I have better shit to do. Let's just be real. I'm trying to play the game with my kids in a good mood. But y'all see what you're putting up with. Y'all see what you're dealing with. And y'all see that it doesn't really matter the delivery. It matters who you're trying to deliver the message to. And if they're saying they aren't receiving messages, message not received. Message not received every time. It doesn't matter how many times you send, how you send it, if you package it, the message is not going to get through. So don't waste your time, baby. And Princella, she understands that very well. And that's why she bounced. Y'all can leave. You can leave. Bye. You can come watch in my chat. So yeah, you guys hit the like button. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Ladies, don't listen to these men. You do not need to settle for less. You need to find someone that values you and that you actually value, and treat each other like you value each other. Treat each other like you care about each other. Treat each other like you don't want to lose each other. Listen to each other. Be understanding with each other. And I'm telling you, that'll be the most beneficial relationship you've ever been in. And you'll value it a lot more than you could ever imagine. I don't know what's up with them. Hopefully they get it together. You guys hit the like button. I appreciate you guys stopping by. And yeah, keep your standards.
Nigga, I'ma fuck you, bitch. No, fuck me, nigga, fuck me. I'ma fuck you, bitch. No, fuck you, fuck me, nigga, fuck me. I'ma fuck you, bitch. No, fuck you, fuck me. You playing, man. Fuck me. Doctor, you just can't apologize. Egotistic, narcissistic, love your own lives. See, you the reason why strong women fucked up. Why they say it's a man's world. See, you the reason for Trump. You the reason we overlooked, underpaid, underbooked, understated. If you look, I will speak, then I'm called on my name. I am flawed, I am paid, never yours, I remain. You the reason bitches are fucking with bitches when they change. You the reason bitches start calling y'all bitches cause y'all useless. You the reason Harvey Weinstein had to see his conclusion. You the reason R. Kelly can't recognize that he's abusive.
Shut the fuck up, we all know you still playing this music. I'm tired of these emotional ass, ungrateful ass bitches. Fake innocent, fake feminists. Stop pretending, y'all sentiments ain't realer than what you defended. It's a split decision, bros like you and real victims. Let's talk the truth. Doctor. Women in general just can't get along. When Tosh got a man, you didn't pick up the phone. When they got a job, you said you stay at home. Why R&B bitches don't feature on each other's songs?
What the fuck is you talking about?
Never mind, bitch, I'm walking out.
Whatever, nigga, I'm off you
Your
now.
evil ass kept me well and down.
Pussy nigga, best watch your mouth.
Pussy and mouth, it's all you got.
Lay this pussy back on the couch.
Doggy style, then you get on top.
Fuck me, nigga.
I'ma fuck you, bitch.
No, fuck me, nigga, fuck me.
I'ma fuck you, bitch.
No, fuck you, fuck me, nigga, fuck me.
I'ma fuck you, bitch.
No, fuck you, fuck me.
You playing, man.
Fuck me.
Nah,
You just can't apologize. Egotistic, narcissistic love. You're